Hello?
Poke! Edward Baxter! It's me, Todd from school!
Oh.
We sat next to each other in maths. Do you want to be my friend?
What?
Do you want to be my friend, confirm or ignore?
Alright.
Great! Where did we meet?
You know where we met.
Do you want to skip this step?
We met at school.
Okay, but how about if we say we met on an oil rig and we were lovers for 50 years?
That's not true.
Social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, and dating websites, basically any type of network in which you create a distinctive profile, is encouraging society to reinvent themselves. These profiles usually, but not always, ask for a name, picture, a list of personal interests, marital status, etc. The list goes on for ways to define one's characteristics. According to Dalsgaard, social networks allow people to display themselves not just as self-made individual persons, but as individuals. In one way, they give everyone the chance to be individuals in the sense of being unique, because any person can be shown as being in the center of the social universe, their own. Goffman presents a theory on self-presentation that suggests that there are techniques deployed by individuals and groups to perform an expression of themselves to others. He presents a model that shows that everyday social interactionism is like a theatrical stage. Human beings are actors and performers who aim to form a favorable impression. The virtual social networks can have great effects for people, hiding their flaws, boosting confidence behind a screen. This can have some negative effects on everyday people and the roles they play in their everyday lives.
Many people go online because the internet offers freedom to do whatever they want, to say whatever they want, and to be whoever they want. This could have a negative effect since people will act in certain ways and say certain things that they wouldn't do in real life. Because the internet offers so much freedom, you can find your ideal self much easier, but it's not the same as your social self. The difference is due to you talking to a computer screen and you talking to a person in real life. Therefore, the experiences we encounter on the internet are not the same as the ones we encounter in real life. When it comes to online dating, there is always a potential of danger quietly hiding in what seems to be a harmless profile. People need to use common sense and keep their safety as the #1 priority when meeting an unknown person from a dating website.
Didim Adermis states, the more an identity plays a role in the daily social relationships, the more it determines the mind and actions of the individual. A study performed by theorist Sherry Turkle found that participants in virtual communities increasingly came to view real life as simply one window through which a personality is developed and expressed, and that computer-mediated communication constitutes a constructive and potentially liberatory space through which the obese can become slender, the beautiful plain, and the nerdy sophisticated.
Only 15 years ago, looking at the early internet, I felt an incredible sense of optimism. I saw a place for identity experimentation. I called it an identity workshop for trying out aspects of self that were hard to experiment with in the physical real. And all of this happens, and all of this is still wondrous. But what I didn't see coming, and I like to tell my students, call me not prescient. What I didn't see coming, and what we have now, is that mobile connectivity, that world of devices, always on and always on us, would mean that we would be able to basically bail out of the physical real at any time, to go to all of the other places and spaces that we have available to us, and that we would want to.
So why are so many people attracted to these virtual social networks? Aaron P. Smith states in his article that the user-friendliness aspect of social networking sites, combined with the public's increased familiarity with the internet, could explain the dramatic increase in demand to participate and shape the digital realm of cyberspace. People feel the need to be involved and do not want to miss out on something that seemingly everyone else is involved in. A recent study showed that approximately 85% of college students use Facebook. This shows how much people want to be involved with not only their own identity, but the identity of others.
In an online dating context, users write in their profiles to have competing motivations, to present themselves as attractively as possible in order to draw attention for potential dates, and to present themselves accurately so that people who find them attractive partners in real life can identify them as such online. Fiorentina suggests that users might consider a certain amount of exaggeration necessary if they perceive, as per the popular conception, that everyone else is exaggerating already. Then they must exaggerate as well, just to remain competitive. Identity theft. Identity theft has been a problem for decades, but the growth of internet has taken identity theft to new levels. Using widely available internet tools, thieves trick unsuspecting computer users into providing personal data, which they then use for illicit purposes. The networked nature of the internet age, coupled with steadily increasing computer power, not only allows the linking of enormous databases to facilitate information access, but also makes the information more vulnerable to misuse. The ease, speed, and relative anonymity of online transactions may further exacerbate harm to the consumer when identity theft occurs. Fraud. Fraud is a process where criminals try to steal your money by using the internet to access your financial information. The difference between hackers and internet fraud is that hackers will break into your computer system and steal your information. Internet fraud needs your participation. Internet scam artists do everything they can to trick you into giving them your money voluntarily. They do not rely on their ability to steal your information, but on your gullibility. Auction fraud and the failure to deliver purchases are the most widely reported complaints. Other complaints relate to credit card fraud or even advance fee fraud, scam. Email and web pages are the two main mechanisms for approaching victims.
It stands to reason that with the increase in internet usage, online fraud would also increase. But as Teresa Lalonde explains, the scale of that increase may surprise you.
The numbers are alarming. A 77% rise in internet scams since 2005. 40,000 complaints last year alone, and $59 million in losses. These scams aren't coming in as random emails to your junk category. They're crafted by people who get to know you online. They know whether you have asthma or diabetes. They know the names of your friends and their email addresses.
So whether you're using the internet for gaming, dating, shopping, or just to keep up with your friends online, be cautious of the image you're portraying and what exactly it is you're making visible to the rest of the world, because you never know who's watching.